Hey everyone, this is Old School from WhatTheBuck.net. Just got back from the game. I shouldn't even call it a game. It was supposed to be a game between the Bucks and the Giants. That would have assumed that the Bucks actually played football. The Giants came into town and absolutely beat the living dog shit out of us in every aspect of the game. There was no single part of football that we were better than them at. The only exception you may be able to pull out is return game, because we had more opportunities, obviously. And at one point they did kick away from Clifton Smith because he had a couple of decent returns. But clearly that was our only offensive weapon. And so the Giants coaching staff in that particular mode, just like in every other mode of this particular game, was smarter than our coaching staff and decided to kick away from them, and that was successful like everything else that they tried to do. Our first down came we had one first down in the first half, I believe. I haven't looked at the stats yet. I'll do a real video to do an analysis of this, but this is just sort of first take. Congratulations to the Giants. They dominated offensively, defensively, in every possible way. The line of scrimmage was owned completely by the Giants. We couldn't block anybody on the offensive side of the ball, meaning we couldn't run the ball. We couldn't give Leftwich any time to throw. Even towards the end of the game, we put Josh Johnson in. The D-line was still getting in there. Wasn't they on first watch, it didn't look like there was any sort of exceptional amount of blitzing that was going on. They were getting four-man pressure. They would show A-gap blitz and then fall out of it and still get to the quarterback with plenty of time. There was just nothing that we were doing well. On the defensive side of the ball was even worse. The defensive line for the Bucks looked just as bad as it looked the week before, if not worse. We got no penetration, no pressure. As my friend Calico pointed out, the defensive tackles weren't even particularly good. They played better than the defensive ends again, but that's kind of like being the prettiest pig at the fair. It was abysmal in every way. And then Coach Morris in the press conference afterwards essentially saying we were beat by a better team. This isn't embarrassing. We just got to get back and self-evaluate. Is a big pile of horse shit. The team looked horrible. They played with no heart, and that's the thing that I've been talking about from the beginning of the year. I don't have a problem with the losses. I certainly wouldn't like them, and it's not fun to get talked shit to constantly by people talking about their team beat years. But you know what? I've lived through it. I've been a Bucks fan since '76. We've had worse years, believe me. And if I have to go through what happened in the '80s and the early '90s, I'll do that again, and everything will be okay, and we'll come out the back end. What I can't deal with is a lack of effort, and that lack of effort that I saw today was just horrific. The only bright spot we had was Josh Johnson coming in at garbage time, moving the team down there, and we almost got a score. I'm glad we didn't go for the field goal, the chicken shit move that Gruden pulled years ago. We tried to get the touchdown, but couldn't get it done. Giants defense stiffened up. Josh overthrew a couple receivers. Should have had the touchdown. Would have been nothing but to try and save the goose egg. But there's no saving the shame from that game, to be quite honest, folks. As a Bucs fan, it was the single worst game I have ever witnessed. Even when we lost to the Raiders like 45-0 quite a few years back, it wasn't as bad as this. That game, we knew what we did wrong, and it wasn't a talent issue. It is starting to look like this is a talent issue as well as an effort issue on this team. And to be honest, this could be the start of some very dark days here in Tampa. The team says that they're committed to a rebuilding year, and they're going to take their lumps. But this is the kind of crap that gets people fired. So again, hats off to the Giants. Giants fans were really well behaved at the game. You guys represented probably 50%, I'd say. There was one altercation that I saw involving one of our people actually down in the end zone that was kind of crap, but you're going to have that anywhere. I mean, I don't think it was atypical or larger. We had some really cool Giants fans at the tailgate, so you guys did real well. NFC East has been pretty amazing on the road. So again, hats off. Can't take anything away from you. So if you guys want to pound your chest and talk about how you whipped our ass, that seems to be what you guys get off on. So knock yourself out, enjoy it. But remember, success is fleeting, and I don't think anyone will see the David Carr era start in New York. So just be careful how much you pound your chest, because everyone's just one injury away from misery, folks. So we're going to get back in here. We'll do another video and actually do a true analysis of the game, though I don't know. Rewatching this turd fest is going to be very, very challenging. I hate to sound like Big Nick here and be all down in the mouth, but right now, NFC South, the normal powers, the Bucks and the Panthers are looking at the cellar, and this sucks. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. I know it's not an uplifting Up With People video, but there's no uplifting Up With People stuff. The only thing that I can say is our cheerleaders look phenomenal in the rain, and that's about it. And that's pretty freaking pathetic. So I'll catch you back a little bit later with another video. Thanks for listening.